What's up, everybody? So we're back at it again with the Celica. We got more work to do on this thing. Today specifically, we're gonna be focused on changing out the front brakes. So I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but on this car I've had like a really bad noise coming from the wheels. It's like a grinding noise, and I initially thought it was from the rear brakes because my old drums were super worn out, and that's when I switched to the disc brakes, but the noise still was the same. I was worried that maybe I put the discs in wrong, but it sounds more like the noise is coming from the front of the car. So I've never actually changed the front brakes on this thing, so I'm pretty sure that's what the problem is. I have looked at them once recently, and the pads look kind of low, but the disc looks very grooved as well, so it might be rubbing on something, it might be warped, I'm not sure. Anyways, we got new brakes in the mail today, so we're gonna be throwing those on. So here's what the brakes look like right now. They're pretty rusty just because I haven't been driving the car for a couple of days. That's why there's some surface rust, and it's been raining. Anyway, this should be a really straightforward job, but before we swap anything, I'm going to clean up this caliper and give it some paint. I have some extra red paint from when we painted the rear calipers, and I want the fronts to match. I really like how the red looks. And these calipers are really visible through these wheels, so I really don't want to keep this ugly rusty brown color. So first we're going to hit this with the wire brush, and then mask it up, and then give it some paint. And it may have gone a little bit overboard. As you can see, this is a lot cleaner now. And this was going to take forever using that wire brush, so I used the angle grinder plus a wire brush, and that made quick work of this. This thing had a lot of rust on it, a lot of surface rust. I was able to get most of it off, and I actually want to take off the caliper to really get it all clean. Not the part connected to the line. So this part, this is the part that's with the line, so I don't want to open this. We're going to take this off and like hang it here, but this piece, we can take this off and clean this really well. And there's a chance that there's rust on the inside that's built up, and that might be what's scraping on the rotor as well. That might be causing the noise, so to make sure we don't have any of that, I want to clean this too. So now we're going to take this off. Alright, before I forget, I'm going to push in the caliper, and I don't have like the special tool for this. So the method that I was taught was to use a big monkey wrench and a flat piece of steel. So basically you would put the steel against the caliper like this. It would be easier if it was a bit smaller of a piece, but it's just what I've got. So hold that, then with this hand, okay. Shit, oh shit. The initial part is always like really hard, but once it moves a little bit, it'll be easier. This might take a couple tries though. I think I've got this as clean as I can get it. So this just needs to be wiped down, and then we can paint this. And then next we're gonna take this off. But I just want to show you the pads real quick. So this is the outer one. Not too bad. Looks okay. I was gonna say it looks even, but now it does not. So this is sitting like this. the top is getting pinched in more than the bottom. Could be that it's sticking on these sliders. It's not sliding on the sliders. Anyways, just grab the back. These are like done. These are done. Looks like it's not wearing evenly either. You have a lip on the top and on the bottom. Anyways, let's take this off now. Oh, these pins are super stuck. Yeah, these pins are rock hard. Just deal with that now, honestly. Okay, we got one to move a little bit. Get these off. I'm pretty sure the new brakes came with new clips as well, but I mean, they should have, but I'm going to put these aside just in case. We do have a lot of buildup inside here of rust, so I'm going to scrape all that off. Actually, I can't tell if it's supposed to be that thick or not, because I can see a lot of like flaking, so whatever comes off loosely, I'll just let that be. Let's take the rotor off. You can see on the back, this is this is really worn. Yeah, other than like looking at the lip, I have no idea how to tell how good or bad these rotors are. Alright, so to get these loose, I'm using a 17, and I'm just wiggling them back and forth until they get loose enough that I can pull them out. This one it's not too bad, but this one was totally stiff when I started and still have a lot of resistance. I'm trying to turn it. I've never seen them get this stuck before on a car. I know it happens, but it's just never happened to me so far. I recently just did the brakes, the front brakes on my dad's Toyota Matrix, and the front brakes on that and on this, they're identical. I believe, I'm not for sure, but I'm pretty sure I could like swap the discs and the pads from either car and it would be like exactly the same. So quite familiar already with how this particular system goes back together. I just got this one to move a little bit. Oh wow. Okay, so these can come out, and this looks really gross. Look at that. It's so dry. I really should have serviced this a lot sooner, because if you remember when I got this car, it wasn't being driven and it was just sat in a field for a couple of years. So I shouldn't be surprised by this. Alright, check it out guys. I just managed to pull out that second pin and it is really gross. This thing was totally dry. I sprayed in some WD-40 at the top, and that's why it's rusty, or I mean wet right here, but it's like a brown. It's all rusted at the top. You know, at the bottom where the WD-40 didn't get, it's like it's very dry. It feels like very thick and a little bit like sand, I guess. So let's clean this up. This definitely is gonna, this explains a lot. This explains a lot of why the uneven brake wear. And I don't know if this would be causing my noise, but I'm glad we're dealing with this. so we've painted the caliper, both parts, and yeah, this took a lot longer than I initially thought, like the cleaning aspect and like the pins that were stuck. So we're going to let these dry overnight, and then tomorrow we're going to pick this up and put in the new brakes actually. Alright, so it's been 2 days since we painted the calipers. They're totally dry now. Very, very glossy. I like that. Now we can pull away all this masking paper. Ah, shit, we got it on some stuff. But I think that's the only area I got on. Everywhere else looks pretty good. I think I masked it pretty well. I can just rub this off with some acetone. We're going to be replacing these shocks later this summer, so I don't care about that. But here we go. Yeah, here's some new brakes that just came in the other day. So I got these from Max Advanced Brakes. And okay, let me cut these open real quick. So I didn't get regular brakes because I really wanted these, and obviously nobody needs this style of brakes on like a daily car, but I really like the look of these. We got drilled rotors, and these were only a little bit more expensive than the standard like flat rotors, like fully normal ones. And like obviously I'm not gonna get the full use out of this, right? Like I'm not gonna benefit from having these holes for how I drive my car, but they just look cool. And I'm not sure if there's really a specific direction these need to be, because the veins look straight. So I don't know if we can run them like this way or the other way. Of course, we gotta clean these before putting them on. The weather today has been really weird. So it was like raining last night, and then it was sunny this morning, and then it got really cloudy, and then it got sunny again. And then right now it just started to like rain, or it's like hailing, I think. So now I gotta really hurry up. Guys, it suddenly got so cold all of a sudden, and it started to hail, like really, like not heavy hail, not like super big pieces, but like yeah, it started to hail. You can see like the water drops on the car. Okay, the second I turned on the camera, it just stopped, but like it was downpouring just immediately. I don't know if I can finish this because of how cold it is now, and I need lubricant for these slide pins because they got kind of stuck again, and I don't want to use the same thing I used. So I need to make a trip to the store. Alright, yo, I just stood in the garage for a bit, hiding out. Has cleared up a little bit, so I think we can continue. I'm not gonna put these together all the way. What I'm gonna do right now is I'm gonna put these pins or these bracket things in. These sit right on here, up here. I'll throw in the pads and I'll leave it like that for now. And then I'll go to the store to get some grease for these pins, and then we can put the caliper back on. Yeah, I can't just go to the store right now because the Lexus isn't here. Someone took it. Like I think my sister went out with it. So she'll be back soon. But until then, we can just throw in the pads. I should show you. Here's the box that it came in. It's actually a really nice box. I really like it when companies give you nice boxes. You know what I mean? It just feels more premium. These are the pads that came with it. These are carbon ceramic brakes. Oh wait, no, wait, no. These are just ceramic brakes. Yeah, these are just regular ceramic brakes. I don't know what I was saying. They're really thick. And they've got this blue thing on them, so that's cool. So for comparison, here's my old one. So this is on the outside, and these weren't used much, but the inner pads, those were like almost entirely finished. And yeah, this is exactly what happens when your pins don't slide properly. Only one side gets used. So we've got 4 of these things. And they're all the same, but they also came with these. These are like the little squeaker things. Now, my old brakes did not have these, so I do not know how these fit on. Usually these are attached to the pads, but I guess they're not on this car. Yeah, I'm gonna put a little bit of anti-seize on these. And you shouldn't put anti-seize on anything that moves, because then it'll get stuck. That's my understanding. So I'm gonna put these on the backs of these because these won't be moving. Alright guys, so I just got back from the store and I got the brake specific grease lubricant and I used it on the pins. I just put everything back together. You didn't miss much. I just pushed the pin. Holy shit. I just put the pins back in, put the top caliper on, pads are in. I managed to get that little squeaker on. It goes right on the ends of these, of the pads. So I put it on the inside one on the top. Yeah, that's pretty much it. We do need to break these in still. So I'm gonna throw the wheels back on and then go for a drive. Every brake manufacturer, they have their own braking procedure. I'm just gonna Google what they say for this one, and then we're gonna go out and do it. I already finished the other side. I already got the wheel back on. I really like the red. I think it was a good choice. And the drilled rotors too look so sick. Now there is a concern. I always hear people say if you buy drilled rotors, there's a chance they'll crack. And you know, I'm willing to accept that reality if it happens. Alright, so we're on the road now. And the first thing I want to figure out is if that weird grinding noise is gone or not. So I usually would start to hear it as soon as I went over 20 kilometers. I hear it a little bit. I have no idea if the camera's gonna be able to pick it up because this car is just so loud in general. No, guys, the noise is still here. Like, it's totally still here. Shit. Because I'm not sure what else could be making this noise. This noise is only happening when we're rolling. So it has to be from the wheels, right? We replaced everything in the rear brakes, the rear hubs. The noise is exactly the same. We changed the front brakes, the noise is the same. When I bought this car like 2 years ago, we changed the front hubs as well, like the front wheel bearings, I mean. And so those should still be good. Those shouldn't have gone out. But it does kind of sound like that, like as if the wheel bearings had gone out. But I really hope that's not the case, because if they only lasted 2 years, that is such bullshit. I seriously don't know what else could be making the noise.